Alright guys, this here's just a quick video on it's the Pistelle X68. Yeah, it's that new less lethal marker that's out on the jewels. It's cracking, depending on what your ammo is, anywhere from 35 to 50 joules. I already done my test with the Grindberg jewels. They seem to match these barrels the best, or the large diameter. They have a better bore match. So we're getting 51 joules around these, some 52, but this is pretty much average. Yeah, we're only getting off a good magazine, like a 6-shot magazine. Maybe if you throw one up in the breed, you can get off 7 shots. So yeah, I made a magazine now, so we're capable of shooting 11 with this now. So I put a little carbon fiber extension on here. Not sure if you can see it here closely, but I've got it, it's pinned. I got it pinned into the carbon fiber through this plastic here. It's a hardened steel pin from drill bits I used. And then you can wonder, that little color, and that's just the Gorilla Glue. I gotta clean this off still. Like I can pull these pins out to remove it, but pretty much this is locked in as is. I can also, down here, I got a coin in there. It says a dime. And then I got a pin that goes through that locks it all in place. And I got that coin filed perfectly, so it's like a tight fit. I had to like put it in and upside down and then kind of like tap it with a hammer. And then just kind of put one on top of that's not as round. And then tap it up just enough so I can get that pin through. But anyways, it's not going nowhere. Oh, I've already got the spring compressed, but you can see it's just a normal magazine. I removed the stock spring and the parts that go in the bottom, that slide piece that comes out. There's another method. I could have locked it in with the slide piece, but I just wanted to keep it to like a permanent setting. It's not really a permanent setting, but it's locked like this, so I can undo it anytime I like. But so yeah, basically this will hold. I can also bring this out as long as I want. I have another idea too. I made a magazine like this before. It's an 80 round pellet drum for the Sig Sauer MPX. I used a stock magazine that it had, and I cut the bottom off, and I attached an airsoft drum that I gutted out, and then I had the belts fed and coming around on a track system I made, like a pulley track system. And yeah, it allows me to shoot 80 rounds out of it. So I have an idea. I can make a drum with this, but I'm only limited to like, oh, I don't know. I did an 88 gram test and I got 25 shots off at like 30, the last one being 38 joules, first one being 50. So yeah, with an 88 gram, you get multiple mags, but after about 3 mags, it starts dropping in power. The 36 gram, I would imagine you probably get about 12 to 14 really good power shots off, and then you probably get off about 21 shots in total before it empties. But that last mag is not going to be very powerful, I don't think. I mean, as long as you get 10 really good shots, I think anything 10 and over is great. At 50 joules, 45 joules, 40 joules even. If you got 10 full shots, that's great. It's always better than 5 or 6. But you know me, I just like to push things. It's not really necessary. Most people like these for conceal. We can't conceal anything up here, so this is strictly like a home defense marker. Chances are you never really have to use these most places, but that one opportunity where you do. And plus, when you go camping and stuff, they're good for pest control. If like we up in Canada here, we got grizzlies, we got everything, man. There's wildcats, wolves, coyotes, any kind of pest control, mountain lions. But yeah, guys, I got a mitt full of these, the Home Defense 24 9.9 PVC coated balls, formerly known as Canada Riot balls. But anyways, these are really small in the barrel, so when you load these in, they do in the spring tension. My spring is a little bit stronger, so when you let go of the spring, they want to just shoot out. So Yeah, you kind of got to be careful with that and just kind of wait until you get it up in the mag, then you release it. So yeah, I'll just load these in. So that's 10 there. And then now, I'm not gonna, but you'll take your 11th one, and then you just throw it up in there, and then you go stick this in. So, yeah, so now we got it. Boom, now you just crank that spring off, and as you can see there, the balls are rolling up, so I can take another ball. But you just have to load it in before the magazine, just like the stock magazine. It only holds 6, but if you throw one up before the magazine into the breech, then you can load in, your mag will slam it home, and you'll have 7 rounds. But, yeah, guys, there it is. It's nice and compact. As compact as it can be for the fact I have a tank sticking out. And to match the length of this now, the tube kind of takes up for that. If I had a printer, I would make like an extended magazine, so I would have all this encased in a piece of plastic rectangle, so it just kind of looked more like covered all this up. Oh yeah, now you can slam your mag home, guys. So you slam that home and it'll lock everything in, and then you're ready to fire. But you don't want to do this, click this over before you put it in, because all your balls are going to get shot out. The Grindberg jewels are a little bit better, but even still, when you hold the thing, that little thing that catches them from flying out, the jewels are big, so it kind of works, and sometimes it don't. They'll still fly out if it gets moved. But the Canada Riot balls and aluminum balls, they all go flying up the mag. So load it up first and then slam that home, then you're good. But yeah, guys, see, slides in and out. Falls right out of the marker. And yeah, now you got 11 shots with some good power because of the extra CO2. I'm going to be testing these out. I got more coming. This is an empty one. Yeah, when I get some more come, I'm going to test out a test, but I'm estimating we're going to get at least, I don't know. The 88 gram, we got 25 really decent power shots, all right around the 40 joule mark. And our 38 joule, and then our highest being 51. So with this, it'll be the same thing. We'll start it at the 51 area. I don't know where it's going to go to by the time we get to the 10th or 11th round, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be up there, given the fact that this here it holds more air than 312 grams combined. So with a 12 gram, you get a full mag of 7 with decent power. Still at 40 joules, 38 joules, high 30s at the last shot. And now that we got double the power, so you would think you would get 3 times the 12 gram, but because of the cold and the temperature drop, that's not happening. But either way, guys, yeah, it's not something you can carry out and conceal, really. I mean, if you had a big, fat winter coat on, probably, you might be able to somewhere in under your armpit, maybe. Who knows, but not something I'm concerned about. I have no interest or anything to do with concealed carry. We can't even conceal a knife here. If you want to wear a knife around in public, like a buck knife or something, like one of those fixed blades, something, it's got to be strapped out on your belt so everyone can see it. Otherwise, if you cover it up, you get charged with concealed weapon. But pistols, you're not allowed to. Those have to be stayed in your house. You cannot walk around with those, and when you travel with them outside, if you take them out of your house, they're going to be locked up. So you're not concealing. Concealing's just out of the question. So that's why I went ahead and did all this. It's much more effective now anyway. But I take the sacrifice that you can't conceal it to the fact I get more shots now with better power, decent powers. So I'll take that any day of the week. To each their own, right? I got a new barrel coming soon. Dan Sterling sent me one out. So we're going to try that out. That's going to up the joules, as you've seen in his videos. He's banging off 70 joules with his. Yeah, he got a couple wild shots there with, I can't remember, it was 80 or 90 or 100 joules plus, but I get that all the time in my Umarex markers. You see that a lot. Like, you'll see a shot jump up that's like, I'll be shooting like 150, 140 joules, and then you'll see one come out at like 250 joules, and then it goes back down. It's just a crony reading. Like, my chronograph doesn't really read. It'll read error, if anything. Like, it won't actually give you a reading. If it reads gas, like, it doesn't really read. It'll read CO2 clouds, but the HPA gas and stuff like that, anything, it just says error. But, yeah, like you guys see in my videos all the time, I get big jumps that you just can't explain happen, but it's only one shot, right? But, yeah, guys, either way, though, those barrels he's making is putting the CO2 pistol up to fucking 70 joules, man, so you can't go wrong there, man. Like, that's just amazing, considering the fact that there's not really much you can do with this, other than if you can find a way to crease that plenum by making a new milled part, maybe that has a tank connection on the back and it can still keep that pin with the O-ring. Something like that would be a good upgrade, but I don't know. Once we dig further into these, I'm going to get a second one and dig further and see what I can find. But, like, shipping any kind of air guns up across the border that are pistols is kind of hit or miss. Like, they're seizing Umarex markers and, like, torpedo revolvers and stuff like that. That's totally compliant here, but a lot of times they're getting sent back. Some places it can be hit or miss. Yeah, like established companies, probably they send many over the years, and they have a deal with the shipping companies, so they're probably a lot used to their products coming over. But these random new places that they're not used to, or these smaller businesses and stuff, they might have a harder time getting through customs. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'd like to get a second one so I can rip it apart. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for this, guys. Extended magazine. Yeah, see one come out there. See, this thing here is just, the balls don't like it. Really, once I let go of that spring, they'll just shoot out like crazy. But yeah, I just gotta file these down a little bit. They're just a little steel drill bit pin. Sort of little niblets I put in there. And then I put a dot of Gorilla Glue on top of them just to kind of lock them in place. Well, yeah, it's nice and stiff. Like I said, I can go down as long as I like. I got 11, so I would have liked to gone to 12, but it kind of extended. I didn't really want to extend it past here, because then it's going to be looking even more awkward. But I don't really care about looks. I'm more about effective. How effective is it going to be? Like, it could look like the goddamn the ray gun from Call of Duty Zombies for all I care, man. If it's going to take someone down or stop somebody from coming in, I'm all for it. I mean, if it's got a tank sticking out here, there, whatever, it doesn't matter. They can laugh at that tank, but if they try you, let me tell you, they're going to feel 50 joules. Anyways, guys, y'all take safe, take care, as always. Any questions, just ask.